Scott.
There is no doubt that Thanksgiving looks different this year amid the COVID-19 pandemic. But despite all the challenges and the chaos, the political warfare, despite the death, vaccine, despite all that, I'm sure that we can still find a lot of things to be thankful for. What are you grateful for? I got this.
You got this?
Welcome back, Elevated.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting our platform. This is Elevated Lifestyle TV. I'm Lady Eloise.
I'm Lady Anwar.
Hey, it's Thanksgiving and we're just checking in with you to remind you that despite all the craziness that's going on right now in 2020, oh my goodness, we still want to remind you to be intentional about fostering that spirit of gratitude, not just today or tomorrow or the next day because it's Thanksgiving, but always. There's so many government officials and different agencies that are wanting people not to travel. Please, if you really must, go ahead and travel, but take the necessary precautions. But if you absolutely don't have to, stay at home and have an intimate Thanksgiving with your immediate family. Hey, what's the worst that can happen? You've only been with them since March, right? But today we want to talk about gratitude. But before we jump into the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Tell your auntie, tell your uncles, tell everybody. Because on this platform, we're here to inspire you to live empowered. Lady Anwar, I know that Thanksgiving is one of the biggest holidays in America. I'm from the Caribbean, and we have something slightly different at home, but we'll talk about me later. What has Thanksgiving been like for you?
Well, you know, just being around your family, laughing, you know, hearing your uncles tell their corny jokes, you know, talking to your cousins, and, you know, everybody's just gathering around, and of course having good food. You know, so it's just being grateful and just having fun and loving on one another and each other. You know, I'm definitely gonna miss that this year, family. But you know, like you said, it's COVID-19, and you know, I'd rather just stay at home with the intimate family and just have a small little, you know, Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely going to be different. A lot of people, I feel, would be doing Zoom Thanksgiving dinners, etc. But do you have any funny Thanksgiving stories?
Let me see. A funny Thanksgiving story. I can't remember something just particular. I just remember just my uncles and my cousins, and you know, we got comedians in our family. So just getting around each other and just joking and laughing, and then they want to bring up, you know, when you were a kid.
When you were a kid,
they used to call me Buckwheat, and you know, all kind of, you know, little funny, you know, names when I was growing up. So, you know, it's different being around your family just versus just, you know, being around people every day because they don't know you as a little girl. So when my family see me, they see, you know, the little girl. They don't see the grown Lady Anwar.
Why is it always like that?
I don't know. I don't want to be reminded of that all the time either. You know, they want to bring up old stories, and I'm like, okay, you gonna bring that up again this year? So, you know, I just, like I said, I'm definitely gonna miss that.
In the Caribbean now, we have something that we call harvest, and which is next Sunday. You guys do Thanksgiving Thursday coming. On Sunday, we bring our best, whatever it is you do, your best crops, your best cupcakes, your best fried chicken, your best fritters. You know, people sell the best clothing items. Not clothing that you buy in a store, but clothing that you literally sew with your hands, or shoes made from coconut stalks, whatever the case is. So it's very traditional and cultural. So
where did you guys gather at? You said it's a harvest.
Yes, we gather at church, and I could just remember, like, being little. I know for a fact whenever I step up on the church steps, they usually, at that time, my island, we depended heavily on sugarcane. We were, back in the days, we were that island that all the colonies fought over. The British, the French, the Spanish, the Dutch.
Interesting.
Because my island is called La Amiga. Today it is known as St. Kitts. But the soil was absolutely fertile. Everybody wanted that island. They fought battles over St. Kitts, a beautiful St. Kitts and Nevis. So sugarcane was our mainstay. And in the harvest, we would they would cut the stalk
Okay.
and decorate the church with the sugar cane.
Oh,
It
wow.
is so beautiful. Yeah, so lush, green, verdant. You know, the pews would be decorated with the sugar cane, fresh flowers. It was just, it was simple, but amazing.
That's interesting. So
Yeah.
so you guys didn't gather around just with your family. You went to an actual church.
Yes.
And everybody would
A
come.
community gathering.
A community. Okay, so the food that you guys would bring, was this stuff free?
It was free. It was free.
What about the clothing that you mentioned as well?
The clothing, they would be sold,
Okay.
but for minimum, be it to minimum, absolutely almost nothing.
Okay.
You know, but it was amazing. And then in the evening, the kids, we would recite poems, sing songs, do plays.
See, you
Badly written plays,
know
I might add.
but you know that now, that's what I love. It's like, I love how it sounds like you guys had it in order.
Yes.
It's like you guys had some kind of organized, traditional.
Yeah.
You know, we just got together and we just ate good, and like I said, joked and tell stories. Like, but, and we might play a few games here and there, but what I'm hearing from you is totally different, and it sounds, you know, interesting. Like, I would love to attend one of you guys' Thanksgiving.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But when I got to America now, you know,
I know that blew you away.
Different institutes, different at the university where I pursued studies. Different families would invite the international students to their houses for Thanksgiving. So then I was like, oh, this is what it is. Because I would see Thanksgiving on television.
And you would just see people sitting around a big table eating a big feast.
Yeah.
And the food that you mentioned fried chicken, you mentioned things that we don't traditionally have on Thanksgiving.
Right.
So your Thanksgiving wasn't, you know, about turkey and dressing.
No, it wasn't about that. No, that is what we would do on Christmas.
Oh.
Turkey and ham for Christmas.
And do you know we have the same meal on Thanksgiving that we do on Christmas? Like, it's the same meal.
It's the same thing. That is why I eat once and done.
Let me ask you, how did you feel when you first went to an American's house for Thanksgiving? Like, were you shocked, or what were your thoughts? Like, be honest. Like,
oh my goodness, she is daring me to be honest,
just
you guys.
be honest.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. And I'm gonna say it the best way I know how. Growing up Caribbean, right? We always had this notion that Americans are selfish people.
Yeah.
You know, they're very self-centered.
Yeah.
You know, there are other cultures, Caribbean, African, Asian, Hispanics. They're more we and family oriented. We look out for each other, right?
Oh, so you're not talking about just Americans. You're talking about Black folks. Black Americans.
I'm speaking to America in general.
Okay.
In general, they just, you know, gave this notion that Americans are selfish people.
When you say selfish, you're saying selfish among their own race?
Yes.
Okay.
Selfish among their own ways.
Okay.
They don't necessarily, you know, look out for their brother, man.
Oh.
It's like they're not their brother's keeper.
Okay.
You know, and so that's the notion.
Okay.
You know, everywhere in the world you go, like, people be like, Americans, you know?
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. But when I got
say
here,
that too. I say it too.
But when I got to America, I noticed, you know, I've never really been the type to judge situations from other people's perspectives.
Yeah.
I like to have my own experience.
Okay.
But when I got here, I was warmly welcomed. I love experiences. I pay money for experiences, not necessarily materialistic things. And so that even goes back to my island. That is what harvest is about for us, an experience.
Okay.
It's not materialistic at all. Yeah. So
that's interesting. So I'm glad that you felt good and you felt welcome, and that's why we do get together on Thanksgiving, because we don't get together a lot throughout the year.
Right.
So that's why Thanksgiving is very important. That's why I said I am gonna miss my family on Thanksgiving this year, because I do miss those corny jokes and I look forward to it. You know, so because I know I don't see them a lot, especially by me living, you know, out of state. You know, here in Florida, my family is up north.
we did say that we're focusing on gratitude. And there's no better time in the year to talk about gratitude than now. You know, Thanksgiving and the holidays upcoming, which will look different as well.
Yeah.
But again, let us just be thankful. Aisha, what are you thankful for?
This might sound weird, but I'm actually thankful for the universe and being able to live on this beautiful planet. And I say that because, you know, I done experienced a lot in life now. And now I'm starting to pay attention to my own actions and my own behavior. And I know whatever that I'm given now, I know that that's what I catch.
Yes.
So me even being awoke and realizing like how this human lifestyle, how it really works, and how, you know, everything is finally starting to come together for me. So that's why I say I don't want to sound weird or crazy, but I'm all about law of attraction. And so just being able to wake up every day with my good health and being able to have a positive attitude and being able to share that with others. Because like I said, me even showing positive attitude and gratitude towards other people, it actually makes me feel probably better than it made them feel. Like that makes me feel good to know that I have the power, so to say, to brighten up someone else's day.
Right.
I'm thankful and I'm grateful for that awakening of myself to be able to live in this world, on this planet, and be happy finally. I mean, every day.
Yes.
I mean, literally, like every day. Like
she really is happy every day.
I am. Cause I used to be angry. I used to be miserable. You know, so for this person right here to been trying to crawl out the whole time, or just trying to get that attention and wanting to know what my purpose is, I finally figured it out. So I'm grateful to even be on this planet Earth and be able to share experience with people like you.
Aww.
Yeah, like just people, like I love it. That's what I'm grateful for.
It's a saying that the two most important instances in a human being's life: the minute they were born, and the minute they discover their purpose.
Yes.
So I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
I am happy that you've discovered sooner than later.
Absolutely.
So at least now you know what your journey is, which lane you're gonna walk in, and just live your truth and live it loud. I'm happy for you.
You know, because some people, they think that their truth has to be like everybody else's.
Right.
Like they feel like it has to, you know, oh, it has to be a doctor, or I have to be a lawyer, or I have to. No, like my purpose is just being able to wake up and make somebody else's day, so they can give me that back in return.
You're a servant.
I'm a servant, and I love it.
And we are created to serve each other through our purposes.
You know what? It's crazy you said that, and we're talking about Thanksgiving. So last Thanksgiving, right? I think I started to really come into who I am, my being, last year around this time. Normally, I'm the one sitting around, you know, goofing off, laughing, listening to the jokes. But last year, I was actually the one cleaning and helping with the food. Like I was kind of like in the background. I wasn't the one sneaking outside, you know, drinking with my cousins, or, you know, talking crazy, even though I love them and I love that, you know. But it was like I felt that I needed to help serve. So I was back cleaning, trying to get everything organized. If I needed to help, you know, cook something, bake something, like I was kind of like the older people, like I'm in the background ready to help serve. Cause the old me would have been trying to hide, cause I don't want my auntie to ask me to help clean or help me to cook. I just wait to eat, so I could just.
You've grown.
I've grown a lot. I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
Thank
I mean,
you.
you've grown just in the space that I've known you.
Oh.
So imagine, you know.
Thank you, sis.
Yeah.
So now that you know what I'm thankful for, what are you thankful for?
This might sound weird. I'm borrowing her words, but no, honestly, it's gonna sound a little bit weird. But let me just put it out there. There's a Chinese saying, and I'm gonna paraphrase a little bit because I don't remember verbatim what it said. But it basically said whenever there is a period of chaos, it's also a moment of growth and opportunity. That being said and out of the way, I am low-key thankful for.
You're not gonna say what I think you're about to say.
The COVID-19
Oh,
pandemic.
she said it.
I am so serious. I am so serious. Don't judge me, but me out. I do understand the dark side of the pandemic. I do. I absolutely do. And with all the death and everything, I am, any one of you, if you're watching and you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, have our deepest sympathies.
Absolutely.
At the same time, COVID-19 has brought the world to its knees. This is the first time in my entire life I have seen the world, buckle, literally. And you remember when COVID-19 first started, there were all these pictures from around the world.
Yeah.
In Italy, the streets were empty. In New York, Madison Square's garden was empty. I've never ever seen a photo of the streets of New York and there's not one man on the street, right?
This is all over the world.
This is all over the world.
It hit everybody.
Okay, and you believe in the universe, and you believe in the law of attraction, and I believe that everything is orchestrated and it happens the way it's supposed to.
She's going deep.
I'm gonna try not to go too deep because we could be here all night. But on the bright side of things, let's look at the opportunities and let's look at the growth that that is a result of COVID-19. COVID-19 has strengthened family bonds. COVID-19, a lot of people has lost their jobs, etc. But a lot of people also found their purpose because they had all these months to just be with themselves, be with their thoughts. They couldn't escape that. On an ordinary day before COVID-19 set foot on the world, I can't even say set foot in America, before COVID-19 impacted the world, a lot of people, there's so many Americans, there's stats reflecting what I'm about to say. There are millions of Americans, there are millions of people across the world who has 1, 2, 3 jobs. And for years, they're on this hamster wheel, right?
Yeah.
And for years, working 3 jobs on the highway, working 3 jobs. The kids are raising themselves, working 3 jobs. They're sick and they're unhealthy, working 3 jobs. Okay? In the first instance, no one should have to be working so much to that magnitude. No one should be doing that. But I do understand that some people, they have to do that to make ends meet. But here's COVID-19. These same people that have been working 3 jobs, do you know what happens to people who has been practicing something for years and then they were forced to stop abruptly? What happens when a hamster wheel is going and you stop it abruptly? Everything flies off of it.
Everything flies off, yeah.
So here we are.
You get like shucking up.
So I know there's a lot of mental instability. These people now, you have shook up their world. Their body and their brain is in a crisis. Like, dang, they're accustomed to doing things this way, and all of a sudden the trajectory has changed.
Most definitely.
And they're forced to sit with their thoughts.
Forced.
A lot of people during this pandemic has finally come to terms with who they really are. A lot of people has, for the first time in their life, really understand what their purpose truly is.
Self-development.
A lot of people who have been afraid to leave their work to start their own businesses, no, they have no choice. And no, they actually, I've heard a couple of people say, no, they would say, in hindsight, I'm kind of glad this happened, because if this didn't happen, then I wouldn't be doing this. And there are so many instances of positive things and opportunities for growth and development that have, been created because of the pandemic. And I'm thankful that even though war is raging around us, the virus that is, I'm healthy. I wake up every day. There's food in my fridge, food in my cupboards. Simple things, shoes on my feet, clothes. I wear makeup. I still wear makeup every day just to feel normal, just to be in a routine.
It sounds like
I'm
to
thankful.
me, I was gonna say that sounds like to me that you're thankful.
Yeah, my kids are there every day. Yeah, in spite of it all, yeah. I am thankful. I truly am. Again, I'm gonna ask you, what are you thankful for? And if you're still here with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to put on the notification bell so every time we release new content, you're the first to know. There are a few benefits that can be had just from practicing gratitude, just waking up and being grateful every day. All right. The first pointer that I want to highlight for you is how gratitude impacts your personality. When an individual practices gratitude, the law of nature states that automatically they would have more things to be grateful for. All right, so instead of complaining, just be grateful, be thankful for what you have, and you will attract more automatically. I'm talking from experience, and studies have proven that. Let's talk about how it beams on the personality. When you practice gratitude, positivity stems from that. It breeds positivity. When you're a positive person, people want to be around you. It makes you come across as more trustworthy. You're more attractive spiritually. Your energy is more vibrant. You glow. Your demeanor changes. You're more approachable. People want to work with you. People want to be in your space. So it somewhat bounces off of each other. You practice gratitude, the response is positive. And you want to practice gratitude some more. Have you ever been around someone who is very disgruntled? No one wants to be in the space. No one wants to deal with them. No one wants to reason with them. People just don't want to be around you. But when you're grateful, it results in positivity. It results in being approachable. It results in people wanting to be in your space.
So it's only fitting for me to talk about the social benefits of showing gratitude, because you were just talking about the personality.
Yes.
Personality benefits.
And you're right. There's somewhat overlaps.
It does. Mm-hmm. So just being able to socialize with different people that are like-minded like yourself, that's confident, that's you can show compassion to other people, and just being able to meet a different group of people. You know, just because you're like an awesome, energetic, confident person, and so other people want to feed off of your energy.
Right.
So that's a great social benefit of, you know, showing gratitude.
Mm-hmm. By now, you would realize that gratitude helps you overall. Gratitude penetrates every facet of your life. So far, we've spoken about the personality benefits, which then overlaps into the social benefits, which Lady Anwar just highlighted. And now that is going to overlap again into the physical attributes of being gracious. And if you've had your annual checkup this year, I'm sure your doctor can vouch for me. When you go to the doctor, when you go to the ER, they always talk to you about lessening your stress. They always talk to you about eating properly. They talk to you about getting enough rest. They talk to you about exercising, you know, keep on moving. And what does all of that result in? Less stress. When you're grateful, your mood is improved. If you're usually someone who falls prey to heavy mood swings, your sleeping pattern is improved. You have the energy to exercise, thus staving off chronic diseases and other ailments. Depression, a lot of people, they're lapsed in depression right now because of COVID-19. They don't know where the next meal is gonna come from. They don't know how they're gonna pay their mortgage. Some parents are stressed out right now because they're trying to be a parent, they're trying to work from home, and they're also a teacher, because we kind of have to pick up the slack after the teachers. I mean, because they're humans too, and they're being impacted by the pandemic just like us, right? So all of that, when you practice gratitude, it somewhat helps tip that stress factor scale, right? And normalizes things. And that's why it's important to be thankful. So one of the things that I do is every night before I go to bed, I know it sounds cheesy, but I've been doing this for years. Some nights I skip, but I've been intentional again since we started Elevated TV. I really just wanted to come full circle and just, you know, reintroduce me to me, basically. And I knew, since I was a little girl, I knew whenever you want change, it has to start mentally first. But in order for that mental chain reaction to start, you have to be grateful. There is no other way to say it. There is no secret that gratitude is in every scene of our lives.
It brings me to our last one, which is our emotional benefit.
Definitely.
Of being grateful and showing gratitude. As you mentioned, it is so many benefits factors that help us overall as human beings. And so emotionally, like you said, I'm intentional about when I show compassion to others, or when I show forgiveness to others. Like, that's me being intentional for my own benefits, for my own emotional balance. And so that's what I wanted to discuss about the emotional benefits of showing gratitude.
And if I may, with your permission, you just mentioned the word intentional. I mentioned it earlier again, because right now, intentionality is king. Right now, we could all get so caught up with what's happening around us that, let's say for instance, we're usually a grateful, positive person to be around. We can get so caught up that we even forget that.
We do.
So you're right. It's just like a relationship. You know, every day you have to wake up and be intentional. I'm gonna love my spouse today.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's the same thing.
Even when you know that someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or you know that someone is going through something. So instead of you reacting to their behavior, you protect your own emotions.
Yeah.
Either you dismiss yourself from that situation, so you don't even want to be caught up in any kind of confrontation, or you kind of just take another route and you be positive. Even when someone else is saying something negative, you be positive so you can protect your own emotions and your own feelings.
Yes. And I think right now, I mean, we're talking about gratitude, and again, I want to state it. And by the way, if you're still here with us, thank you so much for showing support.
Thank you.
We're two mamas, and we just want to. One of the things we say when we have lunch date is that iron sharpeneth iron. You know, I am my sister's keeper, and that is why we started this platform, to inspire you to live empowered. And today we want you to be empowered through gratitude.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm saying all of this to say again, the emotional benefits of being grateful, especially now, is paramount.
It is.
Okay? Right now, so many people are in mental chaos. Again, COVID-19 has forced a lot of us to come to terms with who we are.
Absolutely.
Because we can't go anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Just self-growth alone, you know, self-development. It's time for you to, let's keep it real, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. In order for you to even receive happiness, you have to be happy within yourself. Okay? So no one else can bring you joy. You know, you have to bring yourself joy, and other people add to your joy, add to your cup.
Yes.
So you have to keep that in mind. Let's focus on yourself. Let's focus on your own development, your own growth development. And then you're able to go out in the world, and you're able to, you know, see, you're able to have tunnel vision, and you're able to look at people for who they are, for who they truly are. So don't try to change someone into being happy, or to living life in power, or try to encourage them. They have to be happy and encourage themselves. They have to believe that in themselves. But if you can bring a great benefit to someone else, and you can, you know, if they can look at you and kind of mimic off of who you are, you know, that's fine, that's great. But I want you to know it starts with you first, and then, you know, you can reap benefits from other people, and they can add to your joy.
Was that your final word to them?
I think that was my final word.
All right. This platform is for us mothers to empower you, other mothers. And I think it's fitting that at some point in time, we are going to do a separate video again, just talking about the mission and the vision of Elevated Lifestyle TV. But with that said, here are my final words. As mothers, we tend to run ourselves into the ground. We tend to give and dish out and cater and serve. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this holiday season, let's find a balance. If you feel like you don't want to put up your tree, don't put up your tree. This holiday season, if someone invited you to Thanksgiving dinner and you don't want to go, gently refuse the invitation. Don't go. All right? And this holiday season, if you don't feel like gift shopping or sending out cards, don't. What is my point? Sometimes as women and as mothers, we give a lot and we do a lot. We have these high expectations for ourselves, And sometimes the receiving parties, they don't even expect all of that from us. But as usual, we go above and beyond, and we run on empty, and then we run on fumes, and then sometimes our truck breaks down on the figurative highway, and we jump out and we push in the truck.
Wow.
This holiday season, we're not doing that.
Sounds like we need to do some self-maintenance.
I want you to take care of yourself. It's a crazy time in the world right now. Everything looks different. This year, 2020, has just been a dark cloud. But as we stated when we first began the video, try and look at it as an opportunity for growth and development.
Yes.
All right, that's my final words to you. Again, like, share, subscribe. Tell your auntie, tell your cousin, tell your sister. You're watching Elevated Lifestyle TV. I'm Lady Eloise.
I'm Lady Envoy.